Welcome to the 7th episode of Forbidden Frames. Let's take a look at the challenge. Photography style, outdoor boudoir session. Preparation time, there is no preparation time. Challenge, you have to use hyperfocal distance to create beautiful boudoir images out in nature with an untested vintage camera. You're allowed to have an assistant for the session. Time, you have only 1 hour to complete this session. Equipment, Argus C3 100mm lens, tape measure, Sekonic 47AD, film types 35mm black and white film, lighting, natural light, model, you must work with an everyday woman and not a professional model. Passing rules, you must have at least 1 image to complete this challenge. If you fail this passing, you will have to give a free 1-day boudoir workshop in your studio in Orlando area with maximum of 8 students and 2 models that focuses on portfolio building. Wow. Okay, challenges are getting more interesting. Let's take a look at the equipment. So this is my camera, Argus camera. Tape measure? Are you serious? I'm not gonna take tape measure to my shoot. And Sekonic light meter. So what was the camera name again? Argus C3. So let's see if I'm going to make boudoir history with Argus C3 or not. The Argus C3, also known as the Brick because of its solid boxy design, is a 35mm rangefinder camera. During its time, this camera became iconic for being dependable, affordable, and easy to use. Produced by Argus Corporation in Ann Arbor, Michigan from 1939 to 1966, it quickly became a go-to camera for everyday photographers. If you were into photography back then, chances are you either owned a C3 or knew someone who did. The focusing system is pretty straightforward too. Just line up the 2 images in the viewfinder and you're good to go. It's not overly complicated, making it a great choice for people who just wanted to take photos without fussing over too many settings. However, what made this camera a bit more complex was the interchangeable lens system. The camera typically came with a 50mm f3.5 coated sinter lens, which was a solid, all-purpose lens for most type of photography. But for those who opted for additional lenses like the 35mm wide angle or 100mm telephoto, the viewfinder still provided a workable frame, though the view wouldn't be perfectly aligned with the lens field of view. Despite this, photographers of the era and those who still use the C3 today found ways to adapt and work within these limitations, which is one reason it became one of the best-selling cameras of all time, with over 2 million units sold. The famous World War II soldier and photographer Tony Vaccaro sneaked his Argus C3 into the war, secretly took photos and made history. Later, he became a well-known fashion and celebrity photographer and lived to the age of 100. We can see some of his work featuring Sophia Loren and Eartha Kitt, the American singer and actress. Today, the Argus C3 is a beloved piece of vintage camera gear. Collectors and photography enthusiasts alike appreciate it for its nostalgic value and rugged charm. If you come across one in good condition, it's a fun addition to any collection. Plus, it's pretty affordable as far as vintage cameras go, with prices ranging from $50 to $150, depending on its condition and any accessory it might come with. Okay, and then advancing by... Okay, I like your hair to the side, that's perfect. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, Yuliya, take the same picture one more time just in case it wasn't advanced.
Okay, and now advancing the film.
So advancing, you're gonna push this to the left. Push it. Gonna wind it, let it go. Now this is gonna...
But how do I know it's advanced?
It stops automatically. You can feel it, like it stops.
Okay. And now just do the caulking part. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. That's perfect. The only thing is I'm kind of used to holding the camera like that. This is a little bit weird shape for me. So when I'm caulking, I'm keeping my finger over here, I think, and I think that's blocking. Like, I don't think it went smoothly, so I probably have to do it one more time. Okay, let me advance the film again. Okay.
Make sure you're steady.
Yeah, I have to make sure I'm steady and holding this camera a little bit differently. 1, 2, 3, chin up a little bit. Perfect. Okay. You can hear the sound, right? Okay. Okay. So what if you turn to the side a little bit?
Do you want hair to the other side?
Yes, we can do that.
A reflector?
Yeah.
And kind of lean against it. Yes, that's pretty. Yeah, I love it. Hold this. Bring it just a little bit closer to you. Your hand. Your hair. But it was very cute on the side. I see the light. That's perfect.
For the next one.
Okay, drop your shoulder. Perfect. I love the eyes closed. Hold it. Beautiful. Okay.
Okay, we can reflect some light on her, maybe get to 5.6.
Yeah, shall I measure?
Well, let's get light, and then Joanna is going to measure the light.
Jordana.
Jordana.
If it's easier, you can call me Jordy.
Jordan.
That's what I call her.
That's sweet.
Like I'm sweating in this jacket.
Let's, Jordana, if we can reflect some light on her first, and then we will... Or Yuliya, you just say, why am I saying?
Yeah, maybe you can help to reflect the light, and Jordana will.
Probably have to lift it up a little.
Yeah.
This from this bottom one.
I like that. Yeah, very powerful.
Jordana is also a photographer, so...
She is. I should have mentioned that instead. I mean, not instead, but we'll do that on the second part.
Where are you?
It's over there. It's hiding.
It's just gone, I think. That's why.
It is kind of gone. I'm not catching the light here.
Yeah, the light is gone.
Yeah, it's left.
Okay. Ready? So, what if you drop it? Yeah, like that. And bring this arm just a little bit closer to you. Kind of a little bit away. Yeah, perfect.
Here.
Oh, now it's back.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty.
You can go measure.
I didn't have any preparation time for this session, but I was somewhat familiar with the area because I had photographed Jordana in the vicinity before. I was lucky enough to have Jordana as my assistant along with a measuring roll, consistent lighting under the shades, a reflector, and a gorgeous model who was so easy to work with. However, the final images did not turn out as I expected. Despite the simplicity of this camera, which is over 80 years old by the way, I encountered some challenges that I didn't anticipate until I saw the final images. Oh, what's wrong with the photo? Was it a test? I hope.
Maybe just a loading.
I hope so. Oh, why is she cropped like this?
You did a bad framing.
I remember I was... No, it's impossible. Look.
You suck at framing.
They're all cropped.
Can you bring it a little bit lower?
I always photograph full body shots. I never do that. Only for fine art nude sessions. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not what I was going for. Definitely. What? Where's your face? But I can see the texture of the tree. Everything is quite in focus. Probably the tree was more in focus than her. Okay, getting there. But still bad cropping.
For this session, we only spent $7 on the camera, and I did some repairs on it. We spent about $9 on the film and $15 for processing, scanning, and printing. The total expenses for this session was $31.
The camera originally comes with a 50mm lens, and even though it has lens interchangeability, it's not a single lens reflex camera, it's a rangefinder camera. Essentially, I wasn't seeing what the lens sees, but rather what the viewfinder sees, which I believe had a 50mm angle of view. Using the 100mm lens with a narrower angle of view while looking through a viewfinder with a wider angle of view resulted in cropped images. Eliar actually anticipated that I might run into this issue, but he didn't inform me, most likely to watch me learn from the experience. Luckily, I love shooting full body shots, so I was able to capture a few images and protect myself from completely failing this challenge.
So here you got this, the back of the camera. You have to press this, it's a little bit hard, and then you're gonna open the back of the camera. And this is how you're gonna open it. So to load the film, first you want to push down the rewinding knob down right here, just like that. As you can see, this is going down, okay. You wanna make sure your frame counter is set to 0, okay, and if you go to the reverse side, pretty much moving this backwards is going to go down to 0, and once you land on 0, you're just going to stop. You're going to put the film in there, push back the rewinding knob to lock the film in there, and just cross the film and put it in the other side. It's very straightforward, okay. Once you put it in there, you want to make sure you wind. You're going to wind the film. It is not moving forward because you have to press this lever this direction to wind the film. Every time, that's how it's going to count. And it's just going to stop itself. Again, you're going to press it. It's going to release the film so you can wind it forward. Okay, just do about like one turn, don't go too far, and then you're going to close the camera. Okay, to close the camera, you're going to have to push this and then close it, just like that. So now your camera is ready to take photos.
Here are the final images I selected for our upcoming book, Forbidden Frames: 100 Years of Recreated Boudoir Photography History. I didn't do great with this session, but I made the boudoir photography history today with the Argus C3 camera. Make sure to visit BIB TV to watch the complete session. It's now available on Forbidden Frame Season 1. See you next week with another camera, another model, and another location. We live in boudoir.